Hi, everyone. Since you've all been out of school and staying at home for the last few weeks, we thought it was time that you spread your wings and take a virtual field trip. So let's go to Mount Cuba Center. As we fly over these beautiful tree-covered hills, you may be surprised to know that you are close to home. Mount Cuba Center is a public garden located only a 15-minute drive from both Kennett Square, Pennsylvania, and Wilmington, Delaware. When we arrive, we're going to land on the front porch of our main house and take a quick look at the house, then turn around and take in the incredible views. Before our gardens were open to the public, this home and land belonged to Mr. and Mrs. Copeland. The Copelands are part of the DuPont family, and they built this mansion as their home about 80 years ago. They lived here with their 3 kids and lots of cute dogs. Mrs. Copeland loved wildflowers and decided to fill her gardens and woodlands with these beautiful native plants. Native plants are plants that evolved in our area naturally, alongside our native animals and insects. They were not brought here by humans coming from other continents. Native plants are an essential part of our local environment, and as we tour the gardens, you will learn 3 reasons why native plants are important to all of us. Now let's leave the terrace and take a quick walk alongside the main house. Through the south garden and on to the round garden. You may have already guessed that this area used to be the swimming pool for the Copeland family, but now it's a water feature surrounded by beautiful gardens. In the summertime, the garden is very lush, and dozens of butterflies flit from flower to flower drinking nectar. While adult butterflies can drink nectar from many different plants, butterflies lay their eggs only on specific plant species called their host plant. This is because the caterpillar can only eat from its host plant. You may be familiar with the monarch butterfly. The adult takes nectar from a variety of plants, but the monarch caterpillar must feed on milkweed. This beautiful spicebush swallowtail lays its eggs only on the native spicebush tree. Isn't its caterpillar cute? The fritillary butterfly drinks nectar from a hydrangea and many other plants, but its caterpillars need our native violets to survive. As you can see, we need our native plants so that we can enjoy beautiful butterflies in our gardens and in our community. So let's head over to our woodlands gardens now. Be sure to look up at the magnificent tulip poplar trees that create the shade and structure of our woodland gardens. And now bring your eyes down to the flowers that blanket the woodland floor. If you look closer, you'll notice lots of activity amongst the native flowers. All shapes and sizes of bees zoom and dance from flower to flower, collecting pollen. Bees are important to all of us because they pollinate a large percentage of our food crops. When we enjoy cucumbers, apples, peaches, broccoli, and even coffee and chocolate, we need to thank the bees and our plants that support them. Our final stop today is Mount Cuba Center's stunning pond garden. This is a perfect feeding spot for many types of birds from our region. The native plants and trees surrounding the ponds provide just the right berries and seeds to keep our birds healthy. Over 90% of birds feed their young insects, and our native trees are full of beneficial insects like these caterpillars that the birds bring to their nests for their babies. Lastly, our pond garden is a favorite spot for people for relaxing, exploring, and simply taking the time to enjoy the beauty and peace of nature. Thank you for joining us in the gardens today and learning about native plants. We hope you're inspired by our stories of native plants, and as you head home today, we'd like you to consider, how can you support butterflies, bees, and birds in your community? Where could you plant beautiful native plants for friends and family to enjoy? Thank you for coming, and we look forward to seeing you in person in Mount Cuba Center's gardens sometime soon. Take care.